Hello again, 405th. EVAkura here, aka Phil Shinner, and I'm going to go through this time how I use my Dremel. There are several different uses. Very, very handy tool to have, in fact, invaluable. But my main three pieces that I use with my Dremel is my barrel sander. I also use this little piece right here, which is mainly intended for wood. Has like a rasp bit on the end. And then a stone sanding / polishing wheel. This one right here is just one of my most favorite because it is awesome at getting rid of the really rough lines that you have left behind after making some cuts. On the edges, I'm going to use the same test piece I had before that I used for the detail lines, and I've made a fairly rough cut right here. But the first thing I want to go over is the barrel sander. The barrel sander is incredible for making really, really extreme angled cuts onto your EVA, where basically you can't get a blade to angle out that far or over a longer distance. You could always use something like a snap blade, but it's still really difficult to work with, and the blades dull down really quickly, so it ends up getting pretty expensive. This barrel sander that I have on here, I've had on here since I started working with EVA. This thing has not gone bad at all. It lasts forever. So I guess if I had to replace it, I could, and they're really cheap, so not a big deal. So for example, what I'm going to do is I want to take this piece of EVA and I want to sand it from, let's say, this line that I've created all the way to the edge, down on the lower edge right here. So break out the sander and let's go for it. One thing to keep in mind is that it will want to grab the EVA, especially when you get to the right side, because it's spinning that way. So you have to be careful of that part right there. Take it down to your first line that you've drawn, and then kind of turn it and see where you are. And what I do is I just kind of let it skip its way to where it needs to go. Now what's going to happen is I know it's going to try to grab on this right side, so I'm going to flip it around so it's not going to grab, so I'm going left again. Alright, there you go. There's the new angle, all nice and smooth. For the most part, it's still consider fuzzy, and as we know, paint and going past that point really doesn't work well with that. So I came up with using this tool right here, the stone polishing wheel. Basically what it's doing is it's heating up the EVA so much that it's closing the cells, and it's almost getting back to this surface again. Once again, it will still try to grab, so you'll want to make sure that you always go from left to right. When you get close to an edge, flip it back around again. So here we are, we got a nice smooth surface. And then also on this rough side I've made right here, where I've got some bad cuts, I guess you would say, just wear them down. It doesn't take a lot off of the EVA. It takes just enough, pretty much, is what I would consider. You just wear it down really slowly down to a nice flat surface, getting past your bad cuts. And then lastly, let it just skip across. And there you have it. Nice smooth surface. Not much of the fuzziness left at all. So now you can apply heat and it will almost end up like the top bit. And there you go. See if I can get that on the camera right. Nice, smooth, metallic looking surface. Okay, so we've gone over that. Now what I've done here, and I want to point out something really quick. I've used a ballpoint ink pen to draw on the EVA of places where I want to mark. Now, the great thing about ballpoint, and I gotta love my wife for this one, is that it's easily removed if you mess up. It's called isopropyl alcohol. Amazing stuff. Wipes it right off like it never even existed. Go back and draw your line exactly how you want it. So, two things about this. One, using the stone bit, again, on a larger hole, or a larger button, or whatever you want to call it. The nice part about this is if you bring it straight down the center, it's going to leave a little nub in the center where basically the EVA is not being spun at all. So it'll kind of leave like a little button effect in the very center of it. And there you go. Little button effect in the center of it. Now another tool that I use is this wood carving tool. It has a little bit of a raspy end on it. And this one is for making smaller holes, obviously, because it has a very much smaller bit. But also I can move it around inside the hole to kind of concave it on the inside. I use this for my really small detail holes. And I just push it in gently and wiggle it around. And just like that, my 3 detail holes. Apply heat once again. Heat's a wonderful thing. It'll close up those cells, spread out the holes just a little bit. And I've done these really quick, and I'm not really looking at this. I'm more looking at the screen to make sure the video is coming out properly. But there they are. Well, I hope you learned something new on this one, and the next video that I'm going to make is going to be on basic electronics. I've got a couple of useful hints on that one. So thank you once again for checking out this video, and don't forget to check out my thread on 405th, and look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks.